All right, let's cut across to our political panelists this evening. Joining me, Mahima Singh, spokesperson Congress, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson BJP, Jyotsna Tirunagari, national spokesperson TDP, Ashutosh Verma from the Samajwadi Party. I want to cut across first to Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, the fact is, this time things are different. Because why I say it's different is the last time India faced a terror attack, it was Pulwama. And at that point of time, politically I'm talking about, there seems to be a trust deficit, especially where the government and the Congress are concerned. And the opposition was concerned. The opposition constantly said that the government hasn't taken them into confidence. This was a rare show of unity, Sanju Verma. So at least there is admittance that the opposition this time is backing the government.
You know, Preeti, first and foremost, I think the fact that the opposition has decided to join hands with the government in these times, that is absolutely welcome. That is much appreciated. Having said that, I'm not somebody who's going to pussyfoot the hard facts under the carpet. Let me make it very clear. You know, a couple of days back, barely 48 hours back, that absolutely untoward statement coming from Robert Vadra, where he says on record that Pahalgam mein jo hua bahut bura hua, par ye isliye hua because the Muslim community in India is being made to feel insecure. The Muslim community in India has been weakened systematically by the Modi government. And then 24 hours back, you had a post on X coming from loudmouth Pawan Khera, who says that the PM is only worried about elections and the JDU is only worried about the PM and there is no all-party meeting. He obviously had a nice big fat omelette on his face because within a few hours of Pawan Khera's pathetic post, there was an all-party meeting with all opposition leaders being taken on board by the Modi government, and rightfully so. So my first point is this. Large parts of the opposition have joined hands, but there are some within the opposition ranks who still continue to not call out the bluff of Pakistan by saying that Muslims have been weakened by the Modi government and that is the reason why Pahalgam terror attack happened. Indirectly and directly, Robert Vadra has given a clean chit to Pakistan, has given a clean chit to cross-border terrorism, and nothing could be more shameful than that. Even if you look at Mallikarjun Kharge's posts, I mean, he leaves nothing to anybody's imagination. His posts are petty, and they not only ask for accountability, which every bona fide citizen should ask for, but he has not once named radical Islamist terror for what it is. He has not once called out the bluff of radical Islamists who are at the epicenter
Sanju
of
Verma, your time is up, ma'am. Your fader is going to go down. I'm going to circle back to you because, you're blaming Robert Vadra, but political, he has zero locus standi. And if the leader of opposition and the other political outfits, and it's not just one political party, have all come out and supported the government, then I would reckon one needs to look at other than one random relative of somebody who's associated with the Gandhis. I'll come back to you. I'll circle back to you. I want to cut across to Mahima Singh. All right, we have visuals also coming in from the Congress headquarters. Rahul Gandhi has reached as a candlelight march in solidarity with what happened in Pahalgam. But Mahima Singh, somewhere down the line, at least there is acceptance that the government this time did all it could to accommodate the opposition, to brief the opposition, to take them into confidence on what was going on. All of that was very different because Pulwama, you said we were never even spoken with. Here you were, the opposition was briefed by the IB to the limit where you had the Home Minister who actually called people who usually would not have found space on the table where protocol demands because they don't have a certain percentage of vote share across the country. For example, Asauddin Owaisi, his party wouldn't have found place on the table. Otherwise, he wanted to be, invited. And the Home Minister called him up and said, come. So in all of that, do you see the government being accommodative, taking that step to brief the opposition, keep them informed?
Jai Hind. Preeti, does the government really have a choice on this when a dire situation and critical questions face all of us today? Preeti, and I would rather say I heard the rhetoric by the BJP spokesperson, and it is a pity. I would rather say, Preeti, that, it is the narrative of the government, the narrative of Naya Kashmir, the evasive, the elusive narrative by the government that has bled Kashmir today. And there's no denying that, because critical questions pose us today, Preeti. Why is there a continued shortage of 1 lakh personnel in the Indian Army since since COVID times, since 2020? Why was there no patrolling? All these questions are posing us, instead of acceptance, analysis, accountability. The government and its representatives are still busy gaslighting, still busy, propagandizing the whole issue. And I don't think that is the correct approach. I believe that's just the way the government of India, just the way it has agreed to an all-party meeting. Although we did not see the Prime Minister heading that meeting, as it was urged by the opposition parties, especially Kharge, who continued to question the same within the all-party meeting also. It is worrisome that the Prime Minister goes to Bihar, goes for electioneering. JDU is absent from this all-party meeting. So what is the stance of the government is and its allies needs to be seen in their actions, and those actions don't need to be really chest thumping, don't need to be really loud, hollow statements. It needs to be a spirit, a collective spirit, a united spirit that protects the integrity of our borders. I would say here, Preeti, that Himanshi's lonesome picture from the grounds of Besar and Valley, it tells us a very terrible tale of abandonment. It is a tale of abandonment by the state of its own citizens.
Ma'am, your time is up. I'll circle back to you. Ma'am, your time is up. Your fader is going to go down. We won't be able to hear you. But, Mahima Singh, I will circle back to you on this question, because at least your leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, came out and saying we're fully with the government. They're doing the right thing. So there seems to be now, because the dust really not so settled, but it's been a few days, so the politics can peak again. And that's the question I'd like to put forth to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, Ashutosh Verma. Ashutosh Verma, many would suggest there's a time and place for everything. Possibly politics can wait. There's a lot that one India needs to do. We've retaliated with diplomatic measures. Hopefully soon, those diplomatic measures will be turned to tactical military measures as well. So Ashutosh Verma, at this point of time, for an Akhilesh Yadav to come and said, "Bacche ko pata hai, intelligence failure hua hai." Why milk it politically, sir?
Thank you, Pradeep. I think it was a kind of reaction because everybody in this country, our Prime Minister was busy in Bihar rally. After knowing everything, he skipped the all-party meeting and he went to the Bihar for the political reason. And it was shameful from all across the country that in all-party meeting where the LOP was there, every single party you are discussing, every single party was there. The Prime Minister was not serious to discuss all things with the all the leaders of the country. So who is politicizing, you should know. But there has to be a question, whatever the thing has been given. We all know there has been an intel failures and they have accepted it. Whenever there is a Uri attack, you accuse the opposition that they don't do the politics. There is Pulwama attack, you oppose the opposition, don't do politics. Now it is Pathankot. Similarly, in the previous BJP government, we have Sikh Parliament attack, Akshardham attack, Kargil attack, Kandahar hijack attack, Amarnath Yatra. Whom to blame and whom to put accountable? Still, from last 6 years, we don't know how this RDX came in the Pulwama. So it is not the duty of the opposition to just raise their eyebrow and ask who is accountable right now. When the Prime Minister is doing a politics there in the Bihar, what was the main purpose and what was he was losing when he can't go to Bihar? Is he losing the election? But he want to politicize because he want to give the message from the Bihar to the Biharis to vote in the name of nation. Haven't you forget that what he has done after Pulwama? He said, "Ek vote Pulwama ke shaheedon ke naam pe do." This is the problem of Bharatiya Janata Party and the leader of Lok Sabha, the Prime Minister. Unfortunately, he is our Prime Minister. He should present in the all-party meeting, and we are supporting. We are supporting with all eyes and all shoulders with the Bharatiya Janata Party. But he is not there, and this is a question.
Okay. So you're supporting the BJP, but you question the Prime Minister's presence. Again, Ashutosh Verma, some would suggest that maybe hold it off for a little while. The Prime Minister has bigger fish to fry, and as long as the opposition is being uprised, updated, briefed, I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you, sir, because your fader's down, nobody can hear you. I'll come back to you. Allow me. I just want to go to the TDP spokesperson right now. We have Jyotsna Tirunagri. Jyotsna Tirunagri, the allegations made by the opposition do have some meat in them that, for example, where was the Prime Minister? It's very important. The Prime Minister maybe not chair the meeting, but needs to be a part of the meeting, and that was something that was raised in the all-party meeting yesterday. The other things, which the opposition is now, today, speaking of, is that the Prime Minister was too busy attending election rallies and making speeches from the dais in Bihar, while allies, because you're also an ally of the BJP, like the JDU, didn't even have time to attend the all-party meeting because they were bending over backwards to make sure that this rally of the Prime Minister in Bihar was a success.
Preeti, at the outset, I am actually out of words for the first time because I am literally mourning for somebody I don't even know, Preeti. It's very sad. Those people who have lost their lives are Indians. Forget about Hindus, forget about Muslims, forget about their religion. They are Indians. They are my fellow brothers and sisters. We lost them. I'm mourning their loss, first thing. Second, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a citizen of India, I bleed through every word I speak in India today. Because I'll tell you why. Terrorists attacked India. Terrorists tried to probably weaken the strength of India today because they wanted to do that. And here, political unity in this juncture, at this juncture, is not a choice. It is a duty, Preeti. I believe in this. It's a duty. We from TDP attended the all-party meeting yesterday. We put our points very strongly there. In fact, our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, met the Honorable Prime Minister today in Delhi, and he asserted that we are with the central government and in all the strong measures that we are supposed to be taking for the nation. Now, I'm still thinking about Smith, the 17-year-old who died holding his father's hand. As a mother, my heart bleeds. So I'm literally worried about all this. And this is not a random violence, Preeti. It's a selective slaughter of my fellow Indians. We need to stand united at this juncture. We need to stand politically united, emotionally united, everything. Because ये चुनने का जो काम है ना, वो बाद में कर ले सकते हैं. बाद में बिल्कुल बैठ के कर लो. मतलब we will fight. Let's fight it out, but not now. It's not the time. We need to stand with them. And I appeal to all the parties to kindly stand with the victims, kindly stand with the country.
Ma'am, your time is up, but very sobering words there that are coming in from the TDP spokesperson. And, away from the rhetoric, Sanju Verma, whether the Prime Minister should have attended or not, there were certain glaring loopholes. And many would suggest an intelligence failure, which was admitted, by the government as well yesterday in the all-party meeting. And that raises many questions, with what, Jyotsna Tirunagri also pointed out. Every family member who lost their loved ones in Pahalgam has come back and said that for an hour and a half, some say even for 2 hours, their loved one was alive and they actually saw them bleed to death. And raises questions, Sanju Verma, where is our protocol for air ambulances? Yes, one understands this was, the area was, in a place which wasn't accessible by road, but air ambulances kicked in an hour and a half to 2 hours later. So larger questions then. The second thing which at the all-party meeting with the parties were told, and there was a briefing by the IB, which seemed to suggest that there was no intelligence or the central government didn't even know that this particular tourist spot was thrown open for tourists, because this usually is thrown open at the time of the Amarnath Yatra. And the local police there and the local tour operators started taking tourists there of their own volition. In one day, 300 crowd rose to 3,000. There were 3,000 present at the time without a single police personnel.
Preeti, I heard you. And, I share the concern voiced by Jyotsna. This is the time to unite. But let me make one thing very, very clear. I have seen two opposition panelists here abusing the Prime Minister, saying Prime Minister was addressing an election rally. Let me make this very, very clear. This was Prime Minister Narendra Modi, thanks to whom we conducted the highly successful surgical strike of 2016. Thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's willpower, conviction and determination, we conducted the highly successful Balakot strike to avenge Pulwama in 2019. Thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, today, Pakistan is completely isolated internationally. Kashmir is not discussed at United Nations forums because Kashmir has been stripped out of the equation. Nobody takes Pakistan seriously. They say that the best way to fight a war is actually to suppress your enemy without going into war. And that is precisely what we've done. Today, our GDP is $4.34 trillion. Pakistan's is a measly $335 billion. We are 13 times bigger than them. Today, Pakistan's forex reserves are $10 billion. Ours is $678 billion, more than 67 times bigger than them. Today, Pakistan's annual exports are $36 billion. Our monthly exports are more than $65 billion. So the limited point I'm making is, be it diplomatically, be it economically, be it internationally, be it strategically, we've completely isolated Pakistan. और समाजवादी पार्टी और कांग्रेस के प्रवक्ताओं को याद दिला दूं, रुद्रपुर बॉम्बिंग, कल्याण बॉम्बिंग in Maharashtra, Samjhauta Express blast, German bakery blast, Chinnaswamy Stadium blast, the Mumbai terror attack of 1993, Jaipur blast, Ahmedabad bombings, Coimbatore bombings, and most importantly, the 26/11 terror attack. Congress was in power.
Ma'am, your time is up. The fader is going to fall. I just want to tell our viewers, multiple images coming in of the opposition taking out candlelight marches. You just saw there the Chief Minister of Telangana alongside Asauddin Owaisi coming together with the candle march in Hyderabad. Live visuals coming in from Delhi. We'll cut across to our reporters in a short while. I want to start taking final comments, and I want to go across now to the Congress spokesperson. Mahima Singh, ma'am, your 2 minutes begin now. Once again, till yesterday, there was, I think, how long is, how soon is too soon to start raking up politics at a time like this? The government needs to act. We've only delivered one part of what many would hope is retaliation to what we've been through, hoping that it will never happen again. The tactical military retribution still needs to be handed out. Do you think, we can pause politics for a while? Many would think that'd be a great idea.
Preeti, the moment the news of the attack came out, our leaders issued statements that we are with the government and we want an all-party. We hope that an all-party meet is conducted. And thereafter, after the all-party meet, our Honorable LOP, Shri Rahul Gandhi, came out and said, we are with the government in whatever it decides. Now you see the politicization, the chest thumping, the propagandization of the whole issue as on your show, as well as outside your show, is being done by no other but the Bharatiya Janata Party representatives. We have seen what the BJP Chhattisgarh Twitter handle tweeted. So you see, it is the BJP's job. In fact, I was startled. The BJP spokesperson named so many terror attacks right now, including the Samjhauta Express attack, where RSS workers have been named in the Union Home Secretary's reports. I don't want to get into that. This is not the time for that. But let me just ask a critical question, Preeti. Honorable LOP went and met the families of the victims. Where is the Prime Minister? Why is he not meeting the families of the victims? I want to remind today, Preeti, that on the very eve of the swearing in of our Honorable Prime Minister, Riyasi, you would remember, had witnessed a terror attack. A pilgrim's bus was attacked. Did the government not take its lesson? Why was spots such as Pahalgam? You said that there are reports it is only open during the Amarnath Yatra. You go to the internet, look at the reviews, you talk to the tourist agents, tour agents, they will tell you that this spot in Kashmir, Baisaran Ghati, is opened around this time in the month of April, and it was very much in the knowledge of all the tour advisors, tour agents. Why was the government not aware? Isn't that a stark admission, rather a more blatant one at that, of the security lapse and the intelligence failure that has happened? There is a reporter called Sultan who brought reports in the month of January.
Ma'am, your time is up. I want to go cross back to the TDP spokesperson, and we'll cut across to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson post that. Jyotsna Tirunagari, the fact is, I understand that one needs to come together, where our response to Pakistan is concerned. And I think on those grounds, the opposition is making the right noises. What's so wrong, Jyotsna Tirunagari, even at this point of time, because it is essential to ask the questions of accountability and security lapses and intelligence failures?
Absolutely nothing wrong, Preeti. I'm not saying it's wrong to ask about the security, positioning there and what went wrong. Yes, we have to, whenever things like this happen, we have to check where we went wrong and we have to rectify those mistakes if there are any. Definitely, we have to do that. But let me tell you here, Preeti, what, isn't it true that the victims were asked their religion and they were shot down? Isn't it true? Now, we were talking about, we in the sense the country people, I'm not talking about TDP or BJP or any one party in particular. When we said they were asking the religion and shooting, some people from some parties came up and said, "अरे ये तो मुसलमानों की अपमान कर रहे हैं." कहाँ कर रहे हैं प्रीति हम लोग? हमने Indian Muslims की बात किया है क्या? Why are they taking that? So who is politicizing the thing? Isn't it true that religion was asked? And I said, they didn't ask where are you from. They didn't ask if you are from South India or North India. They didn't ask if you are a Teluguite, Kannadite, or let's assume Tamilian. They didn't ask you that. They didn't ask you are from UP or Jabalpur or kahan se ho tum. They didn't ask you that. They didn't ask you whether you eat beef or you eat chicken or you eat vegetarian. They didn't ask you that. They just simply asked, are you a Hindu or are you a Muslim? Kalma padho. That's what was asked. And that was raised. That was, that's the pain and agony of the victims. उसके ऊपर इन लोगों को बवाल मचा दिया इन लोगों ने. क्यों ऐसा they're trying to incline it to a thing which is not there. So my point is, again, if there are mistakes, yes, Preeti, we have to question them and we have to, rectify them. There is no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. But this juncture is not for politicizing. We have to stand with the victims. We have to stand with the government. बाद में बैठ के एक रूम में बैठ के अखिल पक्ष बनाओगे, कुछ भी बनाओगे, कुछ भी लड़ना है आपको लड़ लो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मगर आज नहीं. आज कम से कम इतना तो ह्यूमन टच होना चाहिए हम लोगों को. We have to empathize with the victims, not only sympathize. Empathize with the victims.
All right. I want to go to the Samajwadi Party person, because what was raised by the TDP spokesperson Ashutosh Verma, many of your leaders have raised that the BJP is trying to communalize the terrorist attack. But the fact is, Ashutosh Verma, is what, like the TDP spokesperson said, the act in itself was communal. So the terror attack in itself was communal. How is it that the BJP is trying to communalize it?
Preeti, what does the terrorists want to do for the country? They definitely want to put a communal angle for this, and they are doing, and Bharatiya Janata Party is reciprocating the same. Within a half hour, the Bharatiya Janata Party IT cell Chhattisgarh had made a ghibli image of that devastating image. Do you remember? और लिखा था जाति नहीं धर्म पूछा. This is the problem with Bharatiya Janata Party. इससे शर्म की बात नहीं हो सकती जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी इतनी नीच हरकत करती है. And I am again countering about the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson. In 2016, there was Uri attack. 19 soldiers were killed. You said opposition don't do politics, don't ask about this, we will do something. In 2016, again Pathankot, 12 were killed. You said opposition don't do politics, don't ask anything. In 2019, 40 soldiers were dead in the bomb blast. You tell the opposition, you always ask the opposition, don't do politics. Now again in Pahalgam, 26 civilians has been killed. Now tell me, what is the next number when we should keep our mouth shut and not ask with Bharatiya Janata Party? Because it is not we. Preeti, we should know. It is.
एक ऐसा जम्मू कश्मीर बनाने जा रही है.
I think 1 second we've cut into something.
जम्मू कश्मीर.
No, I'm playing something.
All right. Okay.
फ्री होगा और टूरिस्ट के लिए स्वर्ग होगा.
So this is not we are saying. This is Chhappan in Sina, our Prime Minister is saying. He is doing politicking. Within 24 hours, he has to attend the political meeting in Bihar, leaving this all-party meeting. Chhattisgarh Bharatiya Janata Party making a ghibli image. Across the nooks and corners of the social media is commenting, "Dharm nahi jati puchi." Jati nahi dharm pucha. Who is politicizing these all things? इसे तो ऐसे लगता है कि they are waiting for all these things to attack on other secular parties.
Okay.
Basically, this is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now they have to tell what
Okay,
nation
sir, your
wants.
time is up. I'm running out of time, but I will give 30 seconds of closing to each of you because then I'm going to cut across to our debate number 2. But Sanju Verma, 30 seconds, ma'am. Closing, make your point.
First and foremost, I take strong objection to the language used by the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Saying Bharatiya Janata Party neech hai, blah, blah. I don't think, Preeti, you allow that kind of language because in the past, you have rebutted and cut me short for far less. Now, let me remind the Samajwadi Party, जब वाराणसी में बॉम्बिंग हुई थी 2008 में, 2012 में, Akhilesh Yadav was the chief minister and he went to Allahabad High Court, standing in solidarity with Indian Mujahideen. जब 2008 में बाटला हाउस एनकाउंटर हुआ था, सोनिया गांधी shed copious tears for Indian Mujahideen, not for the victims. And जब 26/11 टेरर अटैक हुआ था, आपके राहुल गांधी जो अखिलेश यादव के भाई बनते हैं, he was partying in less than 24 hours at Chhatarpur Farms, rather than standing in solidarity with the 166 victims of 26/11 terror attack. मोदी जी का सीना 56 इंच का है, इसीलिए सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुई. मोदी जी का सीना 56 इंच का है, इसलिए बालाकोट स्ट्राइक हुई. मोदी जी का सीना 56 इंच का है, इसलिए we will avenge पहलगाम. We are not Akhilesh Yadav, जो इंडियन मुजाहिदीन के साथ.
Ma'am, your time is way up. 30 seconds, Mahima Singh. Closing comments, please.
Preeti, it's not us asking the questions. It is these families. This is Sheetal Ben of Gujarat who lost her husband. She is asking C.R. Patil, the union minister, that VIP lives are lives, taxpayers' lives are not lives. 10 days ago, Preeti, Nishikant Dubey celebrated his 25th anniversary in Pahalgam and security arrangements were impeccable. What happened to the taxpayer tourists that are visiting Kashmir? Kashmir's revenue comes from tourists, but the very tourists, there was 90 minutes of attack, 27 dead, 60 injured. There's no security scene there. There's no first aid scene there. So anybody accusing the opposition of asking the question must listen to the victim families asking the questions.
Your time is up.
Suppressed.
Right, ma'am, your time is up. I want to quickly go to the TDP spokesperson and the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. 30 seconds each. The TDP spokesperson, ma'am, go ahead. 30 seconds begin now.
Preeti, I think there should be only one statement. There is no, we can never forgive these terrorists, not forget them. The only thing that we have to do, as rightly quoted by our Honorable Prime Minister, is मिट्टी में मिलाना है इनको. ऐसा मिलाना है कि कहीं कोई भी आगे जाके भारत की तरफ आंख भी उठाकर नहीं देखे. That is the only thing that we have to do.
Fair point. 30 seconds, Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Sir, go ahead. Your time begins now.
Indeed, now the nation wants to know how many Uri, how many Pulwama, how many Pathankot, and how many Pahalgam. What fourth is coming, and when to ask about the opposition. You should now put accountable to this nation. In 2008, Shivraj Singh Patil, then Home Minister, resigned. NSA has resigned. Not a single person has taken accountability till yet, and they have now accepted the intel failure.
Okay. All right. I appreciate all four of you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out. We're hoping in times to come that the politics is not going to be as strong as what we're hoping, that everyone comes together and India can pay back without mercy. And I think that's one thing we all unite on.